it's Lindsay from the blog Books for Christian Girls, and thank you so much for joining me in this new video. It is obviously an anticipated reads for 2021, what every booktuber is doing right now, but we're just excited about books, and chances are if you're watching this, you are too. So unfortunately, I don't have that many books to share about. I kept going through different publishing lists and on Goodreads looking at 2021 anticipated releases for the Christian market, and I just couldn't find many that interest me. And one thing I really noticed on all these lists was a strong lack of young adult or YA, middle grade, whatever. I'm missing that very much right now. I think out of this list I have one, and that's it. One? I have like 5-6 books, that's it. So if you know of any YA books, or if you are an author yourself that's publishing a book, feel free to send me a message on Instagram or Goodreads or wherever, just so I can check out the book or your book. So yes, thank you. And then one more little note. How do you like my Christmas decorations? I don't really decorate my room for the holidays, but I have had this for the last couple of years, and then I saw this tree. I'm like, oh, this is my aesthetic. White with color. I love it. So this is my Christmas decorations after Christmas. Shh. No comments on that, please. Okay, just one more quick little fun note before I get started into the true part of this video is that this is actually my 4th year on BookTube now. Woo! I can't believe it's been 4 years. I was trying to count the other day, and then I had to just go on YouTube and go, what? And true enough, this is my 4th year on BookTube, so I've been doing anticipated releases for 4 years in a row. Wow, so exciting. So thank you to anyone who has watched my videos. If you've subscribed, liked, commented, whatever you've done to support this channel, thank you so very much. It really makes my day when I get a comment that, oh, I've added this book to my TBR, or I read this book because of your recommendation and I loved it. That kind of thing, it really, really makes my day. So I just want to say thank you to everyone, and yes, thank you. Okay. And now on to 2021 anticipated releases for January through June. I need to somehow abbreviate that because that's just too long. But here we go. My first one is an honorable mention, and it originally was not on this list, but the publisher was very kind to send me a copy of this book, and I ended up really enjoying it. So please don't think it's being added just for that. I just want to share about this book, and I probably will share about it in some future video. I don't know my YouTube schedule at this moment. It's a mess. 2021, I'm going to get better handle on everything, I hope. But yes, that book is The Thief of Blackfriars Lane by Michelle Grimp, maybe? I recently read this book. I think I did a little story about it on Instagram. And it was just so much fun. I gave it 4 stars. This book is releasing January 1st, 2021. So it's out now. And it was just very fun. It's set in the time period I like, which is like the 1880s to 1910s. It's set in 1885, and it basically follows a female Robin Hood. And I thought when I was younger, I really liked the whole tough girl aspect, like that main character girl who like knows how to handle herself, that street smart, but also knows how to handle a knife well, or you know whatnot. I really liked that when I was younger. And then as I've gotten older, I'm kind of like, I'm over it. Well, then I read this book and I'm not over it anymore. But it was just really neat. She's a Robin Hood kind of girl, and he is a constable. I love that mix. I just love that mix right there. And so I was very curious about this book, but I wasn't going to add it to my list because I've never read this author before. And I just didn't know how it would be. So yes, I did really enjoy this book. There was a couple parts that I would say it's probably not best for younger girls or younger, like junior high girls, maybe not. There was a couple crude comments by crude men towards our main girl being in that time period in the area. But overall, it was a very fun read, and if it interests you, maybe check it out. So that was my honorable mention. Now the rest of these books I haven't read. Such a sad face, I know. So let me scooch over and let's talk about the book I think almost every, at least Christian booktuber has mentioned so far in our videos, and that is Court of Swans by Melanie Dickerson. So if you know Melanie Dickerson, she writes typically historical medieval fairy tale retellings, and this is the start to her new series. Her last series with 11 books, the Hagenheim series, just ended this past year in 2020, and I'm so excited about a fresh start. Don't get me wrong, I've enjoyed a lot of the books of the Hagenheim series, especially the beginning books, and I hope at one point to reread them all, at least the beginning books. We'll talk about that in another video. But Court of Swans, brand new series, brand new retelling. I'm just so very excited about it. Court of Swans by Melanie Dickerson is a retelling of a fairy tale that I'm not really familiar with, so I'm just excited to try it out. I've already seen a few mixed reviews on it, but I'm going to try it out and see what I think. February, I've got no books. March 2nd, is one of my chance books. And like I have mentioned in years past on these videos, is that if a book is mentioned in this video, number one, high honor. Number two, I'm going to make an active effort to read this book in this coming year. So it's a kind of a big deal. There's other books I'm going to try, but I maybe don't have the highest hopes for them. That sounds awful, but it's kind of true. So they're not being mentioned in this video. But these books I'm mentioning they got some high hopes behind them. So that's why I'm mentioning them, and we can potentially fangirl and squee over them together. So on March 2nd, we have a new historical book being published, and it just looks like the style of Jen Turano. It's got a fun plot, and that is My Dear Miss Dupree, perhaps, by Grace Hitchcock. It's basically featuring American royalty with how it was in the turn of the century in the 1900s. And that's all I really need to know, because again, I love that time period. I don't know what about it just makes my heart go, ooh. And so yes, that's all I needed to know, but I will have all these linked down below. They're Goodreads, so you can check out more info about them and potentially add them to your TBR. It's raining so hard again. This is a rainy day video, y'all. It is pouring, and I still have to garden today. That might not happen. Unfortunately, I have no books coming out to talk about in April or May. So if there's any books you know about that you think I would like, or just that you're excited about, please do let us know in the comments down below so we can check them out and potentially add them to our TBRs together. So June, I have 3 books to talk about. June is always such a busy publication month, and I'm thinking that's because summer reading. I think I used to know this answer, and now I don't anymore. But that first book is A Lady in Attendance by Rachel Fordham, and I really enjoyed this author's prior 2 books. I just got her newest release, Christmas. Yeah, that was one of the books I asked for Christmas, so I will be book hauling it soon. Look out for that video. And this book just has my interest because number one, again, historical and time period I love. Are you seeing a theme here? And then it's a hidden identity plot. I love hidden identity plots. Like, that's just great. I think I talked about that in a prior video. That's one of my favorite book tropes. But this one just has me very curious because she's got to fix her tarnished reputation. And it's just, it sounds interesting. The cover is also beautiful. And yes, very excited for that one. Also releasing on June 1st is Sustaining Faith by Jeanette Oak and Laurel Oak Logan. This is book 2 in the When Hope Calls series. And I read the first book, and it wasn't my favorite by these 2 authors, but I think that was laying groundwork for the rest of the series, of course, so I'm going to give this second book a try. I probably will see about getting it from my library. And yes, if you're familiar with the When Calls the Heart series on Hallmark, they did a spin-off series, When Hope Calls, and this is the companion novels to that series. So it's not really that the TV show is based off these books. These books just complement the TV series, I guess would be the best way to explain it. And then the last book I'm going to talk about is coming out on June 8th, and that is No Journey Too Far by Carrie Taransky. This is probably, if not definitely, my most anticipated read for these 6 months at least. Probably the whole year, but I'll just say for these 6 months currently. and I am so very excited. This book was supposed to release last year in 2020, but because of health concerns of the author, they postponed it, which is totally fine, totally understand. And now it's finally releasing, so I'm very excited. It is book 2 in the McAllister family series. Book 1, No Ocean Too Wide, I talked a lot about when that released, I believe in 2019. It was actually one of my top books for 2019. I just really enjoyed it. So this series follows a family that was directly affected by the UK sending children, orphans, or presumed orphans in this case, to Canada to be adopted. And just hearing the history behind that event is just heartbreaking in many ways. But how the author does this, there's so much hope written within this book and the series. So I'm just so excited to read this next book. Our main girl lives in the UK with her family, and because of a misunderstanding on her family's well-being, her siblings are sent overseas to Canada to be adopted. And so she is now following and trying to get her siblings back. I love sibling connection books, but also seeing like the traveling and the journey of the early 1900s time period. I just think that's also fascinating to see. So yes, I'm very excited about this book, and I can't wait to read it and all of these. And there we are, that is my anticipated reads for the first half of 2021. Let me know how you all are pronouncing that. Is it 2021 or 2021? Like, which way do you pronounce it? Because I keep going back and forth. I don't know. It's kind of a mouthful either way. But that is my anticipated reads for the first half of the new year. I would love to know if y'all have any of these books that you're anticipating. If there's anything else, please do let me know. Let's fangirl and squee and be excited in the comments down below. And I will see y'all next time. I'm Lindsay from the blog booksforchristiangirls.blogspot.com, where in 2021, I think there's going to be a new review every Monday and Friday. I'm going to do better posting on Instagram every other week. No, that's not right. I'm going to do better posting on Instagram. And then I hope to have a new video on this channel way more often than in 2020. So I will see y'all next time. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for 4 years on BookTube. Bye!